Hello and welcome to Belief Billionaires. This channel is where limiting beliefs go to rest. We operate on the knowledge that our physical reality is a one-to-one reflection of our beliefs about it. Our beliefs direct the thoughts that we think and the emotions that we feel. They dictate our actions and all the things that then manifest directly into our physical lives. So if you're trying to manifest something special, then you must work at the roots. You must work at the beliefs from where your thoughts and emotions spring. There is no point trying to think yourself into abundance. That is not going to work. What will work, however, is the much easier path of changing the underlying belief that is creating those thoughts and emotions. So, on this channel, we help you do that. We help you to let go of limiting beliefs by first rendering them illogical. You see, your mind does not hold on to beliefs that do not make sense to it. All we have to do is prove to ourselves that whatever limiting belief we are holding is not logical. And once we see that it's not logical and not serving us, we will let them go. It is that instant. So today's video is part of our Limiting Beliefs About Money series, in which we target the myriad of limiting beliefs that we hold socially and individually about money. So let's get started. A limiting belief that I had for a long time and that really held me back from wealth was the belief that I was wrong for wanting money. I was frowned upon by my friends and family when they asked me what I wanted in life, and I would say that I wanted to be rich. I felt very judged by them, and so I took on the belief that I was wrong for wanting money. I was wrong for wanting to be wealthy, and I was even more wrong for being stupid enough to speak it out loud. As a result, this manifested in my experience. I was never comfortable when I attracted a large amount of money into my life, and sure enough, it quickly left my life again. I was telling the universe on one hand that I wanted money, and on the other hand, I was ashamed of wanting money. Of course, the universe does not know what to do with that information, and so my results around money were generally very mixed, if not completely negative. So the first stage of letting go of that belief is understanding that it just doesn't make sense. There is nothing wrong with wanting money. Money is a valid representation of abundance in our world. We live in a society that is so heavily focused on money. To be honest, I think you'd be crazy not to want money. In fact, I think anyone would be crazy to want to live in a world in which they are not enjoying all of the best that world has to offer. You see, we are all 100% deserving and worthy of the very best of the universe. We are all gods and goddesses. Not wanting to be rich or rejecting money is like rejecting a gift from the universe. Let me tell you a story about a man who never questioned his desire to be rich and never questioned his worthiness of wealth. And you know what's special about him? He was born a slave in the US and had the audacity to dream of wealth. His name was Booker T. Washington. Washington was born into slavery in 1856 in Franklin County, Virginia. After the Civil War and the abolition of slavery, he and his family gained their freedom and moved to West Virginia. Despite growing up in impoverished conditions and constantly being told of his lack of worthiness, Washington had a deep desire for education and financial success. Washington's pursuit of wealth was relentless. He worked tirelessly to attend school, often walking great distances to reach a classroom. His dedication to learning eventually led him to the Hampton Normal and Agricultural Institute, now Hampton University, where he worked as a janitor to pay for his tuition. He graduated from Hampton in 1875. After his education, Washington devoted himself to teaching other African Americans skills that could lead to economic independence, entrepreneurship, and self-sufficiency. He encouraged his students to learn trades and skills that would enable them to start businesses and contribute to the economic well-being of their communities. One of Washington's most significant achievements was his ability to raise substantial funding and support from both philanthropists and the federal government. Washington's philosophy for economic empowerment of African Americans resonated with many. He believed that financial success and self-reliance were essential steps towards achieving equality and social justice. He also encouraged African Americans to engage in farming, entrepreneurship, and property ownership as pathways to prosperity. Over time, Booker T. Washington became one of the most influential leaders in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. He was a prominent advocate for civil rights and educational opportunities for African Americans, and his approach to economic self-sufficiency left a lasting positive impact on the Black community. Washington's story is a testament to his unwavering determination to achieve financial success and uplift the people around him. Despite being born into slavery, he knew that he was worthy of wealth and of the best that life had to offer. By holding on to his belief in his own worthiness, he transformed a nation. I always say that if you can find one example of someone who is doing something contrary to the limiting belief that you hold, then that belief is not a fact, but a choice that you are making. For a long time, I chose to believe that I was wrong for wanting money, and that one belief held money at bay for me for many years of my life. It was only when I started to understand my absolute worthiness, the power of my beliefs and my own ability to let them go, did I actually unplug the blocks that were holding money away from me. I'm sure you can think of many examples of people who you know who deserve money and who are entitled to desire it without judgment. So consider this your new belief. I deserve to enjoy abundance in all its forms and the very best that life has to offer. Affirm your new belief out loud and take time to visualize upon it. Now, as you visualize, look at the version of you that you see in your vision and take a note of what he or she is doing. Copy, in real life, one of the small actions that version of you is taking. Act it out in the real world. By taking action, you close the circle and help to embed your new belief into your reality. So pick an action and perform it. Let me know in the comments what you did and how it made you feel. That's all from me for now. See you in my next video.